Yo guys, welcome back to Team COG, and today we got another post-commentary testing video featuring Fiendsmith Ryzeal versus Maliss. We see a roll here, and I believe the Maliss player ends up winning the dice roll. So yeah, we're gonna get some meta matches here. We're just prepping for Nationals, so take note these are testing and stuff like that, so there might be like some misplays, some takes backs and stuff like that. We're just trying to get better. We're gonna see a lore fire off here. We see it resolve, I think. Yeah, so it resolves, draw 2, then we get to banish, which will be pretty cool. Banish the backup secretary, and I believe we see a pass here. Yep, pass from the Maliss. We're going to see the Maliss player drop a Fawaros, which is checked with Ash Blossom, followed by a Fiendsmith track falling off here. This is going to be crazy. Going to grab the Lori, discard Lori, and then Lori comes back, of course. But on resolution, we're going to see Droll, which is answered by the Called by the Grave. This poor Maliss player is being sacked. I don't know. If you're playing a lore, are you behind? Pun intended, in the Maliss. I know a lot of people don't like to play, especially since it does play into Droll more, I know, but it is kind of a crazy starter. But we're going to see Lacrima dump the Fiendsmith Engraver, and yeah, we're just kind of off to the races here. Had everything to check the Maliss board. Just the Ryzeal player's got to remember that he is going second, so that way he doesn't try to just set up a going first board. Maybe there's a different lines to get to lethal. We're going to see the Fiendsmith Engraver summon itself, the Requiem to equip to the Lacrima, contact fuse into the Necro equip, making the DDD Highway King Caesar. Normal summon sword, sword effect. I'm gonna probably search out X, I believe. Yep, there we go. There we go. X gonna give it to you. What? Gonna send that Eclipse Twins, I believe, might be the correct call. Send Eclipse Twins, or is it? Do you send no? It would be no point. There's no point in sending aggregator here, especially if you have Eclipse Twins and like rotation and stuff. So I think the correct call is to do aggregator. Is it aggregator? No, he sends Eclipse Twins. Good call. Overlay here for a duo drive. Duo drive effect, which is going to be checked with Imperm. Does he have cross out? No, he does not. That is decent. I mean, the way that this Ryzeal player was going, like, my buddy Eric here was kind of opening the stones. But we're going to see Battle Phase, swing in for the, with the Caesar, swing in with the duo drive. And I think, you know, this is still like, even through the amount of hand traps, checking them all, this is still just a Caesar. But as you can tell, I think there's only a few cards in the Maliss player's hand, and I don't know if this is going to be able to beat them all here. Maliss player thinking of his next move. What's his next technique? And this next technique is to draw for turn, I believe. Draw for turn, 3 cards in his hand. Can he push through a Caesar and 1 unknown? So we see the good old calculating going on here. We got the Eclipse Twins in the graveyard. We're going to see a set 1, normal summon the March Hare. Okay. Activate the trap to banish and to attempt to add, which I think we add Dormouse, right? Yep, add Dormouse. Dormouse being insane. All the names. This is kind of cool. Both these decks are being limited in some form or fashion by the recent ban list. March Hare adds back. Activate March Hare's effect. We see it get checked with the Caesar. And I think that ended up wraps it up because the normal summon was the March Hare. We just see him have Dormouse and another trap in his hand, and that's Impulse in his hand. There's not much he can do about it. But we go on into that all-important game number 2 where Maliss gets to try again to go first. Maliss, like their turn, if goes uninterrupted, is kind of wild. So we're going to see Terraforming activate here. We see Ash Blossom to check it, put it on God, and yeah, it fails. Okay, so it looks like he already had the Maliss underground. That was bait. That Terraforming was just bait to go ahead and bait it. However, like, you got to think, like, Terraforming is at 1. The Maliss field spell's at 2. The chances of them, if they're starting their turn with the Terraforming, I think it was if you only have 1 hand trap like Ash Blossom, I feel like that's a solid hit, right? Like, am I wrong? Is that, or you just hold Ash, or just like 1 hand trap just in, like, I feel like 1 hand trap against Maliss doesn't mean nothing. So it doesn't even matter where you throw it. You could throw it at the best spot possible, and you still will just get clapped because the deck is just all gas, unless they have a bad hand. But we see the link into Linkriba, which is kind of wild. That I think that's so cool. We say, I think this is Island or AI Michu. I think it's AI Michu. Yeah. So he gets to reveal the card from X deck to add the backup secretary, essentially. Add an Agnister card, which is, I believe this is the backup Agnister, which searches up to add a wizard and stuff like that. Yeah, so we get to see this card come out. What's kind of really cool here is the deck is able to, like, or this field is able to play underneath the Linkriba, protecting it from, like, Imperm and Impulse. And Impulse is detriment against this deck, but we're nowhere against Ryzeal Fiendsmith, so Impulse probably will not be making an appearance, but it is kind of nice knowing that you don't have to fear the Imperm flying down and smoking you. Splash Mage, bring back the White Rabbit. Go ahead and link off here into the Red Ransom. which is going to search for Maliss, Spell or Trap, I believe. We'll go ahead and grab the second, Malice and Underground. And yeah, like it's pretty much Malice player just gets to play free here. I'm not too familiar with the traps yet. I can't really remember them off the top of my head. I need to get, arguably, guys, going to get better at this. I think here we'll just quickly... So let's see here. We have the Red Ransom, the Chessy Cat, and the White Rabbit on field. Ooh, what's going to happen next here? Oh, the Adagnister Wizard going to come out, bring back out the Dormouse. We have a lot of bodies here, just able to facilitate. If a well-timed nib would do really good here. We're going into the White Binder, which is going to be able to on-summon banish 3 cards from any graveyards. And then he's able to set 1 Mouse Trap card, which looks like he's going to be setting the... Is he going to be setting? Oh, let's see here. That one is the, I believe, the MTP, right? I think it's MTP. Yep, so he grabs MTP. Because if I remember right from watching some of the videos, it's GWC and MTP are still being played. TB11 isn't being played as much. I'm not no Malice connoisseur, but yeah, they're just discussing plays because, again, this is testing. So our Ryzeal Fiendsmith player has played Malice for a long time, so he's kind of like giving pointers, asking questions and stuff like that. But we're going to see a set 1. Surely we go into something else, right? Should we make Firewall? Yeah, Firewall definitely gets made. Yep, there's Firewall. It's kind of cool to see this card being played in a Cyverse deck again. Activating the March Hare in hand, banishing the White Binder. White Binder's effect to summon itself, pay, the life points to bring itself back. And he gets to draw a card off the White Binder. And then we get to see the White Binder. I think we see the Allied Code Talker. I think that's the next line. Yeah, Allied Code Talker, getting rid of Link Rebo into Allied Code Talker. Effective Allied Code Talker to go ahead and summon back out all the bodies, essentially, the White Binder and the Red Ransom. And then, yeah, it's pretty much a pretty stacked board, 2-set and stuff like that. So right here, again, they're just discussing, why, why is there any reason you wanted to put it up here in the extra monster zone when you could have just done it next to the Firewall? And they're just talking. That's essentially all it is, Conversating, especially in these times of testing. This is like good to question things, verify things, and all that stuff. So you get a quality, quality going on, quality before quantity, right? So we get to see the Forbidden Drippy Drop pitching the nib that he drew for turn. Hate to see it. Awful feeling. Actually happened to me a few times in the night that we were testing like this. Go ahead and activate Tract to be able to search Lurie and then discard Lurie. Maybe he can go Fiendsmith line here, which will be pretty decent, I think. Fiendsmith line is pretty... But I mean, there's just so many cards going on out here. So we go Requiem effect. He ashes the Requiem. Okay, that's pretty good. Pretty good ash there, even though, I don't know. I feel like you ash track, right? I feel like you just ash the track, call it good, because what's the... You know what I mean? Normal summon Ice summon from the deck. I think we summon out the Star Ryzeal. Star Ryzeal effect to go ahead and grab the field spell. Activate Cross to go ahead and get it activated. Special summon out the Sword. Sword to go ahead and search. Probably X is my guess. I mean, yeah, that's the only other name. We're running out of names here. We go ahead and grab the X Ryzeal. I think we overlay all these 3 into a detonator. Just hard make... Duo Drive. Activate Duo Drive's effect. Chain the Firewall to bounce. Resolution. Cross will negate it. Detaching 2 to go ahead and resolve its effect. I mean, that's pretty good. That was a pretty smart play to go ahead and get Thode into rotation, and then we can potentially push for I think since he's on Fiendsmith, he should maybe go for Exciton, maybe? But I know, the trap that he has set is a banish, so it's just, trying to get there and try to bait stuff. And he only, it kind of you had the cards the Ryzeal player has in his hand versus the cards that the Malice player has in rotation, so it's probably not going to be too good. Even, this isn't just, I don't think he has enough. So send Aggregator, target a card, negate it. I mean, what's the target, right? How, you already Forbidden Drop with the Ally Code Talker, so it doesn't matter what you target here. Still having to play through the TB, I think it is. I think it's TB. MTP, still having to play through that. So we see the hard make of Eclipse Twins. Then we get to see Thode sending off, summoning back out the X. X effect on summon, going to search Sword. Did he opt to not search? I guess I missed that. Maybe he opted to not search with the X. And then now he's searching. But now it's, yeah, it's pretty difficult. I don't understand how you how you can play through this, knowing that thing. So you're going to see I summon itself, and we just see a link 3, not link 3, a format detonator effect to equipped. We see the chain of the MPT, which is going to be banishing one face-up Maliss monster he controls to add a Maliss monster, but then if he controls a Maliss link monster, he's going to be able to banish one card on the field. So we can chain detonator here, and that's okay. He goes detonator, target the set, and he just goes ahead and chains call by to go ahead and call. I think he goes after Eclipse Twin, if I remember right. And then technically he could chain the detonator here, but regardless, after the resolution of everything, detonator's getting banished, and literally these cards are still here. So he attempts to equip the aggregator, but it's just going to get banished at resolution, and we just wrap it up here and move on into the next game. Just too much from the Maliss player. But now, in this all-important game number 3, we get to see the Ryzeal Fiendsmith player get to go first here. Yeah, this is where it all matters. Lancias are put in, Drolls are put in. It's high, or Drolls probably never left, but Lancias are definitely put in here. It's all or nothing in this all-important game number 3. And we start out the turn with a very bad hand, it looks like, from the Ryzeal player. Okay. We see a double Droll and a start of a Mulchummy Perilia here. This card is so strong against the Ryzeal archetype. It's one of the better. I mean, both Mulchummies do things, but we see the normal stun of Lacrima, giving 1 draw. Lacrima effect to go ahead and send. So let's see. I think he has the ability. So he sends the Fiendsmith. The Fiendsmith Engraver, link into Requiem. We can attempt to fire off the Requiem here. Requiem effect to go ahead and summon out. So Requiem resolves. Summoning out. It has to be another. What are we talking about? It has to be another Engraver. Or I guess technically, since it's Ryzeal, it could do. I don't know if they play like multiple copies of Lacrima, but Engraver touches down, which is okay. I mean, maybe we're just trying to push for a Caesar here. Caesar pass. I mean, that's one less games. You know what I mean? Like that Caesar pass is pretty decent. Equip that to the Fiendsmith Engraver to go ahead and go Necro Equip, and then we're going to potentially see the Engraver activate. Pretty much doing a nib check here to see everything here. And then our resolution, there comes this Nibiru, the Primal Being, smacking down, tributing the 2 cards, giving the token. And it looks like he has X in his hand, but a 2 Droll and an X and a Paradise in his hand. So what a very weak hand from the Ryzeal. In this all-important game number 3, man, you hate to see it. You really hate to see it. So we're going to see a set 1 pass. So it's pretty much set Paradise pass, Gold Sark being fired off here to pretty much start everything. Summoning the Dormouse effect to be able to banish from, it's not on summon, but effect the Dormouse to banish, and that's pretty much full Maliss combo from here, and I think we just see it get wrapped up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Charles from Team COG, signing out.